Ladies and gentlemen, all rise for the RankKing's court.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to another episode of the RankKing's Court. 6:30 is the time. We are here drinking beer. Let's have the rhyme flow going here.
Drinking water, just saying.
Oh, you gotta hydrate, Greg. I get the
drink
for that.
Yeah, I mean this cures me from potential death. I mean, let's be real about that.
Is that why it's called liquid death?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, makes sense.
Kills your thirst.
Makes sense.
Ooh. But yeah, we're here, boys. I'm loving this episode tonight. But before I get ahead of myself, there's a lot we got to discuss. Vo, would you like to bring up last week's thing of the great debate? And while you do that, I would love to announce and love and appreciate our loving sponsorship, of course, PGH. You guys got me through that Yinzer tailgate. It was awesome on Sunday. Denny, Dre, and myself were there. It was a mind-boggling experience, to say the least. It was amazing. The food, fantastic. The beer, great. The people, always astounding in Pittsburgh. We got to love you guys for that. It was fantastic.
Did you run into Jesus at the tailgate?
I did.
I saw him in the actual stadium.
Did he bless you?
Did you?
Did he bless you?
He came up to me and he said, actually, hey, there's the king. I know a little bit about that. There's the king.
I love it. I love it. Hey, also point this out here too, that the Steelers are undefeated when TFTB joins the Yinzer mob tailgate. So just throwing that out there.
It's very true.
Both victories come in dramatic fashion and cause heart palpitations, but nevertheless they are undefeated. So there's something
this past
to be said
one
about
more.
That.
Yeah, this past one more than anything. I couldn't imagine. I can't believe we walked out of that with a win. That was astounding to me.
I know, right?
Oh, man. But yes, and while Vo pulls up the great debate, which I'm assuming he's doing, I don't know what he's doing behind me. Oh, he's up right now? Yep. All right. Where are you gentlemen located by any chance?
We are live today from the Union Fitness Studios, located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out, with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe that it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today to sign up for a consultation through Union. There is strength. Bravo.
Gets better every week.
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah. So let's talk about a little bit about last week, boys. We had our pizza episode. How you doing?
Did you load up on pizza afterwards, bud? Because I feel like you would have gotten a bad craving for it.
I did.
No, surprisingly not.
Thursday and Saturday.
I had pizza Saturday as well. Yes, so clearly I indulged in the craving too.
Yeah.
No, I think I ate something bad or something.
We actually had the same pizza. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, that's true. We did.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I had something bad like after the show, and it just turned off. Like it didn't sit well with my stomach. So after everything I thought about pizza, and it just turned me off.
So what
I
you're
didn't-
saying is you talking about pizza basically like
Turn
made
him
you
off.
not want to have pizza.
No,
I think that's what you're saying.
No, I think it's because he lost the great debate.
I
He
Oh,
was
okay,
definitely
okay.
the clear loser.
mm,
A lot of people agreed with Little Caesars,
hot and ready, baby. Hot and ready.
which is fair.
Mm.
No one said anything about Domino's.
No one has to say anything. They know it. They fucking know it, dude.
God.
Only a rookie would have a pizza chain named after one of the worst football organizations of all time. Would think that they won the great debate.
You talking about
Same.
me?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is. I mean, they have a Super Bowl.
I didn't
so-
say I won. I just said you were the clear loser.
Yeah.
Clearly not. I mean, people don't need to shove down the throat of others that Domino's is great. I did it because I chose it. So I had to argue in place of it. It's not like I was just like, not going to go in there and talk good about Domino's because it is the best pizza chain. It just is.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people disagreed with you on this one there, bud. So just throwing that out there.
I don't know what show you're watching, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll take a look at your ranking from last week too.
Let's
Because
do
this
that.
one,
I enjoyed the graphic you put out, by the way.
Did you like
that
the
was
graphic?
Pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Boy, talk about controversy, by the way, dude. You had the chat like ready to fucking kill you at one
I
point.
don't.
a lot of people didn't argue with it though.
No, they were pissed
When
off
it-
about the buffalo chicken ranking, which I took solace at, man. I must say.
Yeah, I know one of my
Keeps-
friends wanted barbecue chicken as number 2.
That's
his
too,
Oh,
list.
so
that's,
he's
that's
real
too
high.
high.
That's
too
high.
That's way
yeah.
too high. So, but I said this last week. If you have a plain buffalo sauce, it does not add to the experience. You gotta have the actual great buffalo sauce to make a buffalo chicken pizza good. And a lot of times, I just don't get that.
Well, here's the question: have you ever had a bad margarita pizza?
I think once.
Okay. So, out of all of these, then, I'm just curious about this. How many bad versions of each one have you had?
Oh, probably at least I would say 2 of
Okay.
each. I would say.
Okay. so,
aside from the margarita, which I want to point out because I watched Deke's stream after hours,
Mhm.
and when he was playing with Ian and the boys in FIFA, Ian was like, "Dude, I've never seen that fucker ever get a margarita pizza." You don't know jack shit. All right. You don't know what pizzas I order. We don't live together anymore.
Yeah.
Don't put my name in your mouth.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's I mean, there's a big age gap between you and Ian too. Like he's not around you 24/7. Like
Yeah,
No,
maybe
I
you
wouldn't
just
even-
started eating them. Like we don't know.
Who knows? I wouldn't even say there's a big. There's 2 or 3 years of an age gap.
I'm
so.
surprised he didn't comment about the veggie pizza, to be honest, because that one I would have poked
I-
fun at right away.
Why? Veggie pizza is a delectable treat that a lot of vegetarians get, and a lot of people that aren't vegetarians love a good veggie pizza.
That's fair, Austin. You don't strike me as a vegetarian guy.
Would you put it higher on your list?
Depends on which veggies, I would say. Yeah.
I think it was good at number 8.
Well, it's important, as you've quoted unquote me 1,000 times. I'm a very meat and potatoes guy,
Yes, you are.
so I gotta have the potatoes with the meat
I
now
mean,
and then.
you are definitely the epitome of a meat and potatoes guy, bud.
A lot of the meat right here.
A lot of meat. I was
Lot
gonna
with
say
some liquid meat as
lot,
well.
lot
so
of meat, lot of meat, and you look like a potato, so that's perfect.
That's very true. Hey,
Mhm.
I'd rather be mashed than boiled, though. I'll say that.
Fair enough.
So let's get into a little bit of what we're going to do tonight, boys. I kind of wanted to do this for a while because this is one of the more underappreciated topics when we talk about film. Because a lot of people, and I'll explain that in a second, because I know Greg's already pondering. But when people
It looks
automatically,
like he's pondering. Yeah.
No, I'm just curious that you've wanted to do this for a while, yet you announced what we were doing yesterday.
yes,
Just making sure we're clear on that. Okay.
He,
I mean,
he
just
wanted a special day to do it.
Apparent.
Don't question him.
I will
He's
not.
the
I'm just-
ranking. We don't question him.
Really?
it's very true.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Fuck.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk all things DreamWorks, and a lot of that is built on the fact of a couple of great movies that we saw, growing up, that we thought, like, is this Disney? Is it Pixar? No, it's DreamWorks. And they all kind of interlude now and then, but like DreamWorks kind of like falls under the radar with a lot of like the films that they've produced and done. And I think a lot of people are going to get shocked by some of my selections tonight because I think that they're all just pretty damn great. So I don't know if you had to. So when we bring in this, let's combine for a second for shows. So if you would compare from pizza to movies, like normally, like no bias or anything, like the normal like 3 pizza chains that go along there, the like considered the best at times, are like Pizza Hut, Domino's, and then either like Little Caesars, Papa John's, Bocelli's, whatever you want to put in there.
Domino's
He had to.
No, I'm just saying, like any of like I just said no fucking bias, but apparently we don't listen. We don't listen to the king.
No.
Nobody fucking listens to the king. When you compare that with the selection of more animated movies, you think Disney, Pixar, and DreamWorks.
Yep.
That's kind of how it goes along with what I'm thinking, and sometimes I think they're sorely mistaken.
You know what? It's interesting because first off, like I consider Disney and Pixar kind of like the same.
One and the
So
same,
like
yeah.
it's hard for me. So like I don't separate the two. DreamWorks I definitely throw up there. Illumination has been starting to really make a run over the last few years as well. So I wouldn't be shocked if they make the rep there. The story that I find fascinating about DreamWorks in general is like is they became so popular because of one particular movie, and it was the movie that they weren't expecting to be the hit compared to another movie they put out that same year.
Yeah.
That's the fascinating thing about it. Like DreamWorks became what they are because of a happy accident. And people just like love the movie, so it made sense.
There are a lot of happy accidents in this world, and most of them turn out great. So with that, I know I said most, not all, most. But yeah, let's get into it, boys. We got I would think a lot of discussion to talk about. So let's hit into radical ranking number 1. When it comes to a good animated film, you need a protagonist and an antagonist.
Is your neck okay, bud? You're
Yeah, I know. You were doing like the whole, so I was just playing off of that.
Oh, okay.
Probably not
trying
good.
to
Following along with you.
trying to steal my gimmick. Okay, that makes sense. Like you don't.
I don't
have
need
enough.
to steal. I don't need to steal. I have. You know what?
He's a
Actually,
king, tries to steal everything.
Kings take the gimmicks. Kings take everything. Give me your shit. Give me everything, because I have to have everything.
That is true. Kings are greedy bastards.
We are. But most of us are justified. So with this,
Jesus.
a lot of the films, whether in DreamWorks or anything, the villain or the antagonist sets a big tone for how the film is going to play out. You can have a great protagonist and an awful antagonist, and it just falls to shit. You need that yin-yang kind of like chocolate vanilla combo.
I was gonna say chocolate peanut butter, but okay.
No,
Greg,
I feel
does
like
it
those
look like-
go together. Like they're not.
Greg, does it
opposites.
look like I can have peanut butter? Do I think they would be even remotely?
I think we've
Tried
been
that
over this a couple times.
I know,
We've
but it's
been-
it's fun to always remind that. So
I know.
Yeah.
It's fun to remind me that, one of the things that could, improve my muscle and diet, I can't have. So it sucks, but
Yeah,
I'm
unfortunate, bud.
It is. So let's go over the top DreamWorks villains. Some of these are going to be familiar. Some of them, I would hope all these would be familiar to you guys, but maybe there's one or two that slide through the cracks. We'll find out. This is probably going to be a shocker, honestly, for number 5. I don't think he was that great. Number 5, Lord Farquaad.
You know what? I'm glad. I'm glad you have him solo. I agree. I was not crazy about Farquaad either.
He's not a good villain. I don't really know what to say. In the aspect, and this is a king talking about another king. We have to have a little bit of respect
That's
on
why
it.
it's number 5.
Well, he's not
That's
a
why you
king.
threw
Wait,
him on the
wait,
list.
wait.
He's
He's
a
not a king,
lord.
he's a lord.
He's a lord.
There's a there's different words, man.
Well, depending on where you're looking, but I get what you're saying.
Mm.
Farquaad in the movie just doesn't provide me any like fear. When like when you watch a film like one of these, you want to be scared of the villain. You want to realize that the villain has a lot of panache or something behind him, and there's just not a lot here. I mean, he's this very small, compensating lord that is essentially trying to swindle out of the necessary requirements in order to make him a king. And all this, of course, if you've seen Shrek, you know that the individual has to rescue the princess from the tower, and then they will be married and will become king. And he just was like, nah, I'll get someone else to do it. That's not my, it's just lazy. It's lazy as shit.
Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong, because in the movie, there's not a whole lot he does that impacts the actual story.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if anything, I agree with you. He is very lazy. I mean, there's some entertaining parts about him, like when he's torturing the gingerbread man, or he's talking to the mirror on the wall and playing like the game to determine what princess to go after. Like, that's entertaining. But like aside from that, though, like there's no impact to the story that he has on it or anything.
Right. Yeah,
I feel like there's more villains in other Shrek movies that are worse than he was.
Yeah. And really the only thing he really does for this is he sets the plot, which essentially he goes, okay, you won. Now you have to go and rescue the princess for me to marry her. And
I'll give you the deed to your swamp. Yeah.
Yeah. And it starts the whole film, which on its own is great, but like he's not really frightening. It's more of entertaining of like, for example, like, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Yes, the one who lives on Drury Lane. Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Like it's such a funny
good.
scene.
That was good, yeah.
I appreciate it. And then of course you have like the game show style of, like you said, of how they pick the princess, and that gives 3. Pick number 3, my lord. And the guy holds up like 4.
That's one of my favorite parts.
But yeah, he doesn't like. I mean, he even goes down like a bitch. I'll say it. Like, he gets eaten by a dragon with virtually no hesitation. And it's just like, all right, this guy's run his course. We're just gonna eat him. Yeah. It's not a big villain, but if as popular as Shrek is, it became a musical. And I even loved the rendition of how every person that has ever played in the musical as Farquaad plays on their knees and acts like they have. They like put like little legs in front, so he like walks.
That's awesome.
It's hilarious.
I kind of see that now.
Yeah.
It's a great musical, man. But yeah, Lord Farquaad at number 5. Move on to another one. This is from an old film that I enjoyed so much. I had it on VHS, and I thought this bitch was crazy. Number 4, we got Mrs. Tweety.
Is this from Chicken Run?
This is from Chicken Run, Greg.
I did not know Chicken Run was.
I
did not know Chicken Run was DreamWorks. Actually, this is cool.
It's one of their first ones, right?
Yeah, it's 2005, I believe the movie came out.
Wow, I did not know they were DreamWorks. That's crazy.
16 years ago, man. That's insane. I was 11 when I saw this film. It was absolutely nuts. But on the normal side of things, you think Mrs. Tweety is just a normal woman running a chicken farm, but she's got a sadistic fucking side to her, man.
Dude, the moment that you first saw her, you could kind of tell she was a psycho.
I'm trying to remember what the guy's name is. I don't know if is that her husband? I think, yeah. Like, Mr. Tweety. Like, I don't know if she called him that or something else, but she tortured the shit out of that guy. Like, it was just, he's just trying to do his shit.
Yeah, it is Mr. Tweety. Mr. Tweety, yeah.
And he's just trying to, like, he's seeing all this like tomfoolery and like planning that these chickens are doing, and she's like, they're just chickens, Mr. Tweety. They're just chickens. To the point where they go a step further, realize that the eggs aren't bringing in any money. So what the fuck does she go and do? She buys a chicken pot pie machine, which the film went way above and beyond with the aesthetics and everything, trying to make this like a full-on fledged like factory production of a thing that like cooks chickens and shit. It was wonderful. But yeah, she is a crazy bitch. Even like later in the film, when she realizes, oh, these chickens are actually pretty smart. So she's got that like crazed look in her eyes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't there a video game for this too?
There might have
imagine,
been.
I feel like there's a Chicken Run video game.
Yeah, which, by the way, Austin, this came out in the year 2000, so...
5 years earlier.
Yeah, so I was like 7 or 8 when this came out.
I was 6.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and Chip said, whoa, Vo knew that. Must have been on the outside screen.
Oh!
That's a good one, Chip.
Zinger!
I'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? Chicken zinger? Like.
Oh my god.
Let's move on to another one. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this film. I thought it was okay, but the main thing that kept me watching this film for a little bit was the villain. This is Eris from Sinbad.
Wow.
Okay.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I vaguely
Yeah,
remember Sinbad.
Yeah. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas was the film. Oh my god. And you know who played her?
I have no idea who.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So I love the aspect of like the earlier animation films because they take from actual source material, right? So she is essentially what this is a goddess, right? Of discord, chaos, spirit of chaos. Like she thrives on seeing shit go sideways and is the main villain in this film. And it's interesting because she does something in this film that we don't see out of very many villains. And she kind of has a thing for Sinbad. And a lot of that pertains, let's put it into, for Greg, Vo, you were outside, so bear with me on this, but let me know if this makes sense to you. But in Dragon Ball Z,
Okay.
with the Majin Buu saga, yeah, exact, fuck off. So,
Okay.
big Gordon Ramsay, fuck off with you. The ability of Babidi to see the evil in people's hearts. Eris kind of has the same thing here. Like she realizes that Sinbad had like a burnt past of kind of burning bridges and everything, and had that little bit of evil. So she is drawn to that, which is crazy because again, you don't see that shit ever in films nowadays. Like the villain does not fall for the protagonist. And it's cool. It's just a really cool thing that I was able to notice.
Well, this was also a really early movie too. Like I remember this when I was like maybe in grade school, 4th, 5th grade, or something like that.
This I'm looking up what the 2003 was the release date for this one.
Wow. Yeah, that would have been like 5th or 6th grade for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this is early Michelle Pfeiffer. She was fantastic as Eris, like just wonderful. Which a lot of other stars played in this. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Brad Pitt played Sinbad.
Really?
Yep.
I wonder. I'm trying to remember. I wonder if Sinbad's the movie that I mentioned before that like they put so much money into because of all the drawing and animation.
The box office was $80.8 million.
Which wasn't it was seen as like a disappointment, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, it was like a 45%.
Yeah. No, like it was like they spent so much money on the animation for all this because they had so many people that were drawing for it and stuff, and it just did not draw as well as it did. That's why when I brought it up earlier about how like DreamWorks kind of like really like blew up because of Shrek.
Yeah.
And how cheap it was to produce.
Yeah. Two other stars that were big that played in this film. Catherine Zeta-Jones was in this film. And also Dennis Haysbert was in this film as well.
Serrano. Nice.
Yep. He played Kale. So, I mean, it's just, you wonder, just like, I mean, this goes along the lines of like, I'll say it like the Treasure Islands and everything that they were made. And it was just, they weren't really seen as great, but are viewed as great now. And it's just a wonderful thing that I always love to see. Number 2, coming to us in probably one of the most ridiculous film franchises, but still enjoyable. This is from Kung Fu Panda 2, Lord Shen.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not as familiar with the Kung Fu Panda franchise. I know of, like, you know, of the Fearsome Furious 5 or whatever,
Yeah.
and then Jack Black's character is the panda, but in terms of
didn't know that.
like the villains, I'm not as up to date on them.
So interesting. I want you to throw out any name. I want you to throw out any name of who you would believe would play this character.
That would play it?
Yeah, like voice the act, like voice the part.
Oh God.
Because I think it's gonna surprise you.
What year did it come out?
This film came out. Let me look here. I want to say it. Kung Fu Panda originally, I think. So 2011.
2011. God, who would have been hot in 2011?
I'm gonna say Kevin Hart.
No, that's too early.
Can you imagine? Hey, get out for there. Hey.
No, that's too early for him. God, who's a good villain? I mean, like the person coming to my mind in all seriousness is Christoph Waltz, but I think that's too early for him too.
That's not a bad guess though.
Okay, who is it?
Was Kevin Hart your actual guess, Bo, or do you want to throw a name in there?
That was my actual guess.
Okay. Gary Oldman.
Oh, that's good.
Right? Like
that's pretty good actually.
So Shen is weird as shit, but he is awesome because his goal in this movie is to eliminate every single panda.
Wow.
Right? It's like genocidal. It's like
that's clearly that's seriously what it is. Yeah.
I mean, he does like a lot more intimidation status. It's all like mental fucking mind games and shit. Where the original Kung Fu Panda, the villain was brought up on brute strength and power, whereas this one it's all mind games and mental shit. And you see that originally he's like pretty calm, cool, and collected when he's doing his thing. And then when he starts losing it a little bit, you could clearly tell, you know, his eyes getting bulged as shit. And
yeah, that's a Gary Oldman MO right there for a character. I could tell right away.
I mean, well, I'm also reading here. He fears getting defeated by a panda, believing that his parents hated him when they really loved him. So he had a fucked up thing from the very beginning, and that's what kind of drew him away to hate pandas and want to eliminate all of them.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But yeah, Shen at number 2, and then finally at number 1. This might surprise you guys, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Ramses.
I'm a little surprised by this one.
There is nothing to be surprised with this, Greg. This guy was fucking evil. I mean, I get it and everything. You know, the movie, by the way, if for those that don't know, Prince of Egypt, which fantastic film by DreamWorks. Fan-fucking-tastic. This was, I believe, their second animated film that they've ever done. And Ramses, man, it's more or less, you know, he was the one that wanted power, right? And wanted it through any means necessary. And that's more dangerous than anything when you're talking about family. So think about that for an instant. I know that it's kind of like wishy-washy. I'm kind of trying to remember shit as I'm going along with this because it's been a very, very long time since I've seen this film, but I still know how wonderful it was. With this along, I know, it was second full-length animated feature. Looking up here, powers, abilities, skills. So he was a good racer. I know that. I know they had racing in the film. But man, he was a political bastard. The amount of political power that went into him through this is unrelenting.
Yeah. So Austin, when I was talking about that earlier, when you brought up Sinbad, I was mistaken. It's actually Prince of Egypt that I was.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, cause when I saw cause Vo actually pulled up the numbers for what the movie made and stuff like that, and it made sense because it's right before Shrek came out. So Prince of Egypt came out in '98. It was on a budget of 70 mil and it grossed 218 million, which is a profit. But Shrek comes out for only 60 mil and grosses almost 480 million.
Yeah.
So they easily doubled what they made and they paid less for it. So that was kind of like their logic right there with it.
I will say with this, it's crazy to believe that, when you talk about villains, there are some brought up from evil and power like Shen, and there are ones like Ramses who there's two different sides of a villain. There's the power-hungry, chaotic villain, and then there's the tragic villain. And he falls into the tragic villain category for just how situations just happen. And I will say a big part of this of why he was like considered evil with this is that the man loved to enslave Hebrews, which is fucked.
I mean, that's very historically accurate when you think about it.
Yeah. And a lot of it for this, we all have, a moment where we want to be accepted by parents or like, whoever raises you or you look up to. And that was literally what Ramses was trying to do. He just wanted to get approved from his father. And like I said, he would do anything and everything in his power to do that. So sadly, he is the tragic villain, and it falls here to us at number 1.
Hey, Austin, fun fact. I don't know if you knew this, but Metalhead Mora said DreamWorks made the first Medal of Honor game.
Yes, they did. I did know that. Yeah.
It's crazy. I didn't know that.
It falls through a lot of this is what I'm talking about, though. A lot of DreamWorks shit falls through the cracks because people just don't realize it. Oh, I love it. Let's move on to Radical Ranking number 2. In every DreamWorks film, there not only seems to be a great lead, but female leads or female characters are thrived upon in DreamWorks films. And you'll see in a minute when I bring up some of these names of just how prominent and amazing they were in these films. But yeah, it's not all about the men in this one, guys. The women are great in these films. Let's start off with number 5. From the Madagascar, we have Gloria.
Gloria's awesome. I will give you that.
It's great, man. She has that sass persona of I'm going to do whatever and go through life, and it's just going to either happen to me one way or the other. And of course, today's, society, would look on, they would most likely remember Gloria from the, look, I think Moto likes you. And then, yeah. I like him chunky.
I was not expecting you to go into that breakdown, but okay.
Oh, hell. Obviously, she ends up falling for the giraffe. I'm pretty sure is Marvin or Melvin or something with an M. But it's just wonderful, right? Like how opposites attract with that. And it's just, Gloria is a wonderful, wonderful character that I enjoy. I even believe at some points that she makes the Madagascar movie. But number 4, from Monsters vs. Aliens, Susan Murphy.
Shout out to that too. I think Reese Witherspoon was the actress for this one. Yeah,
she was. Just what seems to be a regular girl somehow has the ability to grow exponentially and is recruited to stop an alien invasion with a lot of other big casted people in this. Blob, who is played by Seth Rogen. I just feel like that's like, I don't know if you guys are like vivid TikTok people, but there was a person that was just doing nonstop videos of like someone would be playing a video game and she's like, hey, what are you doing? And it would come up and it's like a guy like trying to be Seth Rogen. Yeah, I love like the timid nature of Susan Murphy. Like I said, she just wants to go on with like just a normal life. And she doesn't have that opportunity given the fact that she is a fucking giant.
Yeah.
The one scene that I remember quite fondly from the movie was when she picks up something sharp and she throws it and it lands down on the foot of like just a normal soldier. And it's just like a piercing scream, but then they they cut it out as like a meme and put the awe from Gangster's Paradise in there. So aw.
Oh my god.
But yeah, man. I mean, I loved her in this film. I love the Monster vs. Alien film wasn't the most successful DreamWorks movie that they made, but I thought it was still very well done.
I haven't seen this one, but looking up the cast, like, it's a pretty good cast. I might have to add this one to the list.
Oh yeah. Let's move on to number 3 from the Kung Fu Panda franchise. We have Tigress.
Angelina Jolie. Gotta love that.
And it's just, I feel like any like sort of ninja or like spy female she always plays. Maybe that's from like her thing for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but I enjoyed it, man. I mean, she brought such a panache and style, kind of just like not giving a fuck about attitude, hard shell thing that we see in a lot of like, DreamWorks, female characters.
I think my preference is more from Wanted, just saying, because she was an absolute badass in that movie. But I digress on that one.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Is that the one where they could bend bullets and shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure I have that one on DVD somewhere. I used to watch it at college, but I don't know if I still have it now.
But yeah, you see a lot in the film where like she kind of like wants to express feelings, but she doesn't like know how, which a lot of, I always picture, there was a thing that I was watching not too long ago. It was a parody of like every like best friend female in a movie. It was just like, I'm working at a garage for my dad, want to do some great things, but I'm stuck in this boring old town with nothing in. I just got to live through it without expressing like how the actuality and what she actually feels inside. It's honestly hilarious to me, but like, go out and do your thing, girl. Like, please, like, don't let anything fucking hold you back, man. Like,
look at the king driving female empowerment. You'll love to see it. To see it.
Every king's got to have a queen, man. Without that, you're just a power hungry tyrant.
Shout out to Brie. Yeah.
Shout out to her, man. But yeah, she is. She kind of reigns as like, every of the fearsome 5 kind of have their own thing, but she formally like leads that unit. So still great. I love it. Ooh, excuse me. Number 2 from the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, Astrid.
Astrid, I agree, deserves to be up here this high. She's awesome.
She's a badass, dude.
Mm-hmm.
She fucking commands dragons and doesn't give a shit about it. She's just like watching all these other individuals like struggle. She's like, yeah, it's nothing.
Like no big deal.
And again, like that kind of hard persona of like, I'm a badass, but I actually have feelings, but you won't see that because I'm such a badass kind of thing. It drives a lot in a lot of, like I said, in a lot of these characters. And Astrid personifies it, man. She kills it. And her relationship with her dragons and the guy slipping my name, the main character.
Oh, the guy Jay Baruchel plays.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
I can't remember. I mean, I know Toothless, and that's it. Oh, Hiccup.
Thank you. It was a weird ass name. I know that, but I guess it was just a hiccup that I forgot.
Horrendous Haddock the Third.
Yes.
Yes.
And you see, like, she kind of just starts crushing on him, and she can't obviously express it, or he won't notice it because they're kind of in that friendship stage. But she's a badass, man, and I couldn't like not leave her off the list. Obviously, at number 2, properly placed.
That leads us to number 1.
I feel like number 1 has to be very obvious.
Yeah, I mean, if Somebody else. Shut up. Anyway, number 1 is Princess Fiona.
Ah, perfect. Cameron Diaz really did pull this off. Like like when this movie first came out, she was excellent.
She struck this thing like hot iron turning into a fucking diamond. Like this was personified. This role was perfect for her. You know, a princess that really didn't want to be stuck in a tower, wanted to do her own thing, and then you see she just sits there and wanders for years and years until finally Prince Charming shows up. It is Shrek. And she goes, "You're an ogre." "Oh, you're expecting Prince Charming."
I mean, and honestly, the turn in the movie when you find out that she's also like cursed to be an ogre as well is like, it's perfect.
It's game changer.
It is game changer, yeah.
Well, not only that, the point in the movie where you realize that, you know, princesses were made to be apparently for the eyes of storytellers, were these frail, beautiful women that couldn't do anything else, and man, she crushes that shit. When you realize that she is like a fucking black belt,
roundhouse kick, yeah,
can kick anybody's ass. We find that out when the "Oh Merry Man" show up. She kicks the absolute piss out of them. And obviously, again, we find when she is actually cursed as an ogre that it's just like it's more character development, man, and it works. It works so well with Fiona. Works so well with Cameron playing this part. Reason being why she's number 1.
Yeah, I feel like this one was just way too obvious.
Yeah, I agree. This is a pretty good ranking. We'll give you that.
You have no choice but to give me that. I'm a fucking.
Sometimes we can disagree, but I'm
anyway,
going along with it tonight.
A lot of chatter in there from you two. We'll move on to our great number. All right, gang. So I didn't go to too much detail on this. We will be having a draft, as it says, drafting DreamWorks, because here is the scenario.
Okay.
The aliens, not from Monsters vs. Aliens, but I took it from the script.
Okay.
Aliens are invading your town, and you have to draft a team of DreamWorks characters to fight off this alien invasion.
Interesting. Okay.
So I don't know if Foranger's in the chat. I don't believe he might be.
I don't think he is.
I don't
no.
think he is, and I'm disappointed in him.
Yeah, really. Like, what the hell? What the hell is he doing?
Who knows?
Disappointing us is what he's doing. Calls himself King stand-in bullshit fucking. Anyway, so let's do this. Let's start off. I know the one time we started from the beginning of me, Vo, and Greg. So let's work backwards. Let's do Greg, Vo, me.
Okay.
And let's draft a team of DreamWorks individuals to fight off the alien invasion.
Do you want to do 3, 4?
Let's do 5. Let's do 5.
5. That's a lot.
Let's
do
do 4.
4.
I think 4 is just right. Yeah. 4 is
Let's
just
do
right.
4.
Yeah.
Overruled.
Yeah, overruled. But sorry.
Let's do 3, my lord. All right, no, we'll do fine. 4. That's fine. All right, Greg.
I'm gonna start off with I need my tactical leader. I need someone that is going to get my troops in line and is going to be the one to put everything out there, be the organizer. Give me Skipper.
Ooh, the pen.
I need a leader. I need a leader, bud. Listen. I could go with Poe, but I know he may not be always the one that has the best ideas in mind. I need someone who's going to be able to organize everything appropriately for this. So I'm going with Skipper to start off.
Okay.
That is interesting. I will give you that. It's all All right. I'll give that to you, Greg. Okay. So,
Well,
Vo.
you pick them no matter what, even if you gave it to
Yeah,
him or
like
not.
come on.
Oh, my shtick. Yeah, you picked her or whatever you want. All right, Vo.
My first pick. I'm not gonna take Chip's pick right off the bat, but we're gonna go with Puss in Boots. He's good with a sword. I'm sure he could take down some aliens if they invade.
He absolutely could.
Interesting. Okay, I like that pick a lot.
Oh yeah, I won. Let's just end it here.
What the fuck?
I already won.
Yeah, you did.
Not doing that.
Plus, have you heard Antonio Banderas' voice? Like, come on. Like, come on.
All right. So characters. I am going to go kind of with like an animal to start you per se. I am actually going to take Toothless, the dragon.
Okay.
I think obviously with flying aliens, you're going to need something that also flies. So Toothless would not be a bad start, in my honest opinion.
All right, I'm up for my second one. Give me a former evil mastermind who had a change of heart and can still have all the qualities to be a maniacal genius that can build stuff and can also be quite charming, to say the least. Give me Megamind.
Yeah, it was back and forth between that one with me, Greg. I was like, do I want? But yeah, that's a solid pick right there. If you're talking about leaders, that could definitely also be your leader.
I could, but here's the thing. Megamind also doesn't necessarily have the best, like, track record, to say the least, to start. Like, he just became a hero.
Right.
I need someone to, like, keep him in line just a little bit to make sure he's aware, all right, this may work, but hear me out. And that's exactly what Skipper will do.
Got you. Okay. What do you got, Bo?
This one, he's going to be more of my leader on my squad. So he's going to make all the planning, all the strategies. It's going to be Theodore Templeton, Mr. Boss Baby himself.
I do like that. That's funny.
Let me get this fucking straight here. Your leader shits himself.
Don't we all?
He can't really read. God help.
He's a genius.
He is.
What more could you ask for?
Someone that doesn't know not to shit themselves. But... all right, fine. Whatever. That has me stunned. I will take, I think if we're going to talk leaders, then I think I'm going to take mine. Cunning, powerful, kind of can be sadistic when she wants to be, but I'm going to take Tigress here. I mean, the way that she leads the 5, I need that to lead a prominent 4.
All right. Solid pick.
I like it. All right. My next one, I'm going to go with someone who is going to be my fighter, who is going to be honorable and do everything that he can to help the cause. He doesn't have to be the leader, but he has the heart to be able to see through in the end. Give me Poe.
I dig that.
Is it just P.O.? Poe?
I think so. Is it P.O. or is it P.O.E.?
It's P.O.
Yeah, P.O. Okay.
No, like rhymes with B-O-P-U.
Austin, you ready for this next one?
Yeah, I'm waiting for this.
You're waiting for this one?
You know, if a baby wasn't good enough, I'm curious to see what you would pick here.
We're gonna take.
Actually, I want to see what you pick. I might guess it.
I don't think you'll guess it.
Good.
We're gonna take Mr. Evil himself, Mr. Captain Hook.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He can hook those aliens.
Jesus.
Okay.
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
I did not. All right. I need muscle. And honestly, I've seen what he can do. He's a bit lazy at times, but when something's in his sight, he won't set until it's finished. So give me Shrek.
That's a good pick, bud. I was actually thinking about taking Shrek with my next pick, so that's not bad.
I didn't like want him to be the leader, but I feel like if he's told by someone what to do, and obviously if the world's in danger, then Shrek would rise to the occasion. Shrek is love.
Shrek is love.
Yeah,
Ogre-
yeah, I like it, but I thought about maybe as a I kind of considered it as like my brute maybe almost, but even calling Shrek a brute is almost kind of like, I don't know, disrespectful in a way. He's more than that.
Gotcha. But we are fighting aliens. We're not lovey-dovey here. So
No, that's fair.
I have my last pick. I hope Greg doesn't take him.
I hope I have mine. I hope that you both don't take it.
I'm going back to a franchise that I just talked about. I need the loose cannon. I need the wild card.
Don't do it.
I need someone that I know.
Don't
I know. Whenever something is needed, all he has to do is
You
talk it out.
bitch! No!
Give me Rico.
Fuck you!
Let's go.
Fuck you! Oh my god,
Rico.
damn it! Damn you!
I kid you not, I seriously considered taking all four of them as my top four because if the world is ending, I want the goddamn Penguins to be the one to save it. Like, let's be real here. Like, Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and Private are all I need in this world to be able to save anything going on. So, but I figure why not add a little bit more craziness to it. But Rico's the loose cannon that I know can do some shit if he wants to.
That was my Swiss Army knife pick, Greg. I fucking hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
And if
damn
anyone
it.
can keep him straight, it's Skipper. So it works out well.
Well, I can say that wasn't where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stay with the captaincy. And we're going to go with Captain Underpants himself.
I considered that too. That was good. That's good.
Can you imagine if these aliens were snapping aliens, though?
That is true.
Constantly turns back and forth between him and Principal Crump. Oh my god. All right. Well, now I have to think a little bit. I have my backup, and I was worried that Vo might take this one. But I think, assuming that nothing bad happens, this might be a terrible pick. But
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I need someone that's small enough to get into places, screw up some alien technology.
Oh, okay. I know this one.
So give me the master of, you like jazz? Give me Barry B. Benson, the B.
Huh.
From B-Movie?
Yeah. You know, I honestly thought when you were talking about small and getting into stuff to mess some stuff up, I thought you were going to go Turbo.
Yeah, no, fuck Turbo. Fuck that thing. Yeah, no, it might be a really bad pick picking Barry, but I think he's lived in how long trying to maneuver different terrains and everything. Yeah, I get this is an alien invasion, but if he's able to get in there and be a tactical mastermind like I want him to be, then this team is going to be rock solid.
He is a survivor. I'll give you that.
Yeah, still pissed about that Rico take, but yes, all of these will
Here's
be.
a question: who rides Toothless?
Oh, Tigress. Shrek would fucking kill him, and then Barry can fly. So
true.
Yeah.
I'd say Tigress.
I
Honestly,
feel like we have pretty solid squads here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm imagining just a baby wearing a diaper.
Talking to
Telling-
another giant man wearing a diaper. too.
Wearing a diaper. Two things. I'm just. Oh man.
We're Team Diaper. That's the alien's weakness.
Well, that's rude. Puss in Boots doesn't wear pants.
We can
No,
call him
but
Diaper.
Puss also shits himself because he is a cat, and cats shit. So this team, you would argue, is a crock of shit. So, all saying. But yeah, we'll put those up. You'll vote, and you'll make your own teams. See if they could stand up to ours. I would say we could have done 5 here. I really do believe we could.
Nah,
But-
I think
No,
these
I like my team right now. I don't want to ruin it.
I think these are perfect. So yeah, I think this works.
But yeah,
He doesn't like his team. That's why
No,
he wants one more.
Yeah, he doesn't.
shut up. I was counting on the Rico pick. I rebounded, took a B that'll sting the shit out of you and fucking bring some.
You do realize bees die when they use their stinger, right?
That's
Oh,
why-
he's a goner.
That's just
Now
really
you're down to 3.
You're basically like looking at him being someone that is like a, it's like a suicide mission essentially.
could be. Get it? B.
Ah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick commercial break and be right back with the top 10 ranking of the evening. Stay tuned.
Let's dive right into sports, as I have strong opinions on that. Which college team could beat a professional team in the same sport right now?
Okay.
There is not a single answer that is better than the LSU Tigers defeating the Cincinnati Bengals.
Even if I know the pitch that's coming, every other part of me is still normal.
That's why it's frustrating for me, Greg.
It's like okay, if I know what something is coming, I know ahead of time. I still have to be able to do the action to get the result that I need.
Okay, so they won 3 games in 10 years with 3 rebuilds.
I don't lose at arguments. All right.
Especially about fast food. So yeah.
You will never walk alone. Guess what? Now you will. Coronavirus.
I barely touch my girlfriend's cat. The most I'd be willing to do is like just kind of put my finger on its forehead and just like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us is Alex Kazor from Steelers Depot.
We are live with Ryan Smith, professional cornhole player in the ACL. Ryan,
What all franchises were you able to work with in the NHL?
With Phoenix, Carolina, and Detroit.
So here is Moorhead's ranking. Moorhead is my cousin. He is the rank king.
Higher
Top 10 extra Power Rangers.
Oh.
This is the top 10 emo songs of the 2000s.
There's only one correct answer for number 1. Why is F is for Family better than Futurama when Futurama is like Star Wars for potheads? Like
I know.
I'm
So I think
We have one or two that are mad in the chat.
You're welcome for that.
All right, we're gonna get banned.
All right, boys. When talking about a show about movies, the top 10 can't be anything but the top 10 movies of that particular category.
You are not wrong.
Makes sense.
It does.
Does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Big brain energy right there.
Mhm.
Mixed with a little Coors Light, and it's just a wonderful decision-making process.
Now, Austin, here's my question: when you did these movies, did you do sequels
No.
included, or what? Okay, so did you count like the sequels as part of the franchise
The
essentially?
whole group, basically.
Good question. No, I did not. I stuck with the originals
Okay.
through and through. I thought that putting like sequels on here would maybe be kind of cheating, so I
Okay.
stuck to one particular
Yeah.
movie or franchise per thing.
That's what I
So-
did when I was the ranking for that one night, for the hockey episode.
That is true.
I
You
just took
did.
the originals, didn't dive deep into them.
That's fair.
So,
Amazing
I
what-
respect it.
It's amazing what great minds can think when they
Yeah,
learn.
I'm glad you learned from me.
Yeah, that's true.
No, not what I said.
Inspiration, if you will.
Nope, not what I said. So these are the top 10 DreamWorks films.
Let's do it.
Okay.
An unusual one to start out with at number 10, but I thought it was stupid enough with a premise that I loved. Number 10, The Bee Movie.
What I appreciate about this movie is that it was Jerry Seinfeld essentially doing
Jerry Seinfeld as a B.
Jerry Seinfeld
It was just him as a B.
It was him as a B, but it's also, I think it's the first thing that Seinfeld did since Seinfeld.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
Yeah, because he stayed out of the limelight forever. Like Jerry Seinfeld is essentially content for the rest of his life because he's just cashing in on royalties from all the cable TV networks and all the local syndication ones that just air Seinfeld reruns all the time.
Now it's on Netflix.
And it's on Netflix. No, he makes bank just from syndication alone. So he doesn't have to do anything. So the fact that he just randomly decided that I'm gonna do a DreamWorks movie where I play a bee was just mind-blowing. And the original commercial or trailer for this was literally Jerry Seinfeld in a bee costume.
Yep.
And saying buzz, buzz, buzz. That
was
like
it?
Yeah, he's like saying I'm a bee, buzz, 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 and all that. Yeah.
And then that was it. And then it was like the Bee Movie in fucking theaters, whatever near you. It was wonderful. I loved, like you said, with Jerry playing the bee in this. Let's not only remember the fact that this guy, who I believe was played by the guy who played Joe Swanson. I want to say that's
I think it's Patrick Warburton. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does like a bunch of like great voice characters too. I'm pretty sure because his voice is so distinct.
Right. This man lost out to his wife from a fucking bee. From a fucking bee. What the fuck?
I just looked up the cast and it just says Larry King, B. Larry King. Like that's how he played.
I think Larry King played a bee in this as well. I think that's why.
B. Larry King.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of scenes I remember. The courtroom scene is fucking hilarious with him like justifying not taking bees' honey from bees. Also with him distincting the different honeys. Light, regular, Ray Liotta, private select. Like it's a weird ass formula that just somehow works, and then you like jazz. I guess it's fantastic. Number 9 is one that I don't know if you guys will remember, so I'm going to educate you with this. Number 9, Over the Hedge.
I can't remember if I watched this one. I remember like commercials and everything.
Yeah, the turtle looks familiar. So like it seems familiar, but I don't.
Looks like a turtle. Yeah,
it does look like a turtle. Yeah, I don't remember seeing this, so I don't recall it much. But
well, essentially, a giant hedge pops up in their like little area that they're in, and they're just wondering what's on the other side. And what they do is, let me see if I get the animal right, because I think it is a raccoon. But I might be mistaken here.
No, didn't they like lose a baseball over the hedge, and there was a dog named Hercules over there, and they had to outrun him? Isn't that the movie we're talking about?
What? So, a lot of big names in this film. I just want to point out. So, RJ, who is essentially the raccoon. Yeah, I am right. Raccoon. Is played by Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Yep. Wanda Sykes plays Stella the skunk. You have William Shatner, who plays Ozzy, and I do believe Ozzy might be No, Ozzy is the possum.
Okay.
Possum. Yep. Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne, yeah.
Yep. Nick Nolet. Catherine O'Hara, like Eugene Levy is in this fucking film.
That's
a ton of people in this.
This is a weird ass cast.
What's his name from Sweet Life? The janitor.
From
oh, okay.
Brian Stepniak.
Yep. Gary Shandling, like it culminates to just a fucking phenomenal movie, and I will read the premise of it just to be sure so you guys remember. A scheming raccoon fools a mismatched family of forest creatures into helping him repay a debt of food by invading the new suburban sprawl that popped up while they were, while they were hibernating, and learns a lesson about family himself.
Aww, what a great premise.
It is. So, Over the Hedge at number 9. Number 8. This movie gets a lot of hate now for obvious reasons, but it was still phenomenal. And number 8 is The Road to El Dorado.
I vaguely remember.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this. Like this was early too.
I think it was it the second one? Or second movie?
No, I think no, that was
So this
is the third movie. It came out in 2000.
Yep. So Kevin Kline, Rosie Perez, Kenneth Branagh, and Elton John.
What?
Yep. Elton John.
Huh.
I believe he might have done the music for this.
Oh, okay.
He played. But yeah, so the premise of this one, 2 con men get a hold of a map to the lost city of gold, El Dorado. After stowing away onto one of the ships of the Spanish explorer Cortez, the pair escapes and eventually do find the city. There, a priest proclaims them to be gods in a scheme to win control over the city himself. So there's a lot happening in this film, and obviously there's a lot wrong with it in today's society, being Spanish conquistadors and everything that transpired with them in the City of Gold. Mm-hmm. So, but it is still a phenomenal film to watch.
Yeah, I think I kind of understand like how DreamWorks like came up with this, because like the animation style, it looks like Tarzan.
Yeah.
And the idea of Elton John narrating and doing the
like
music.
Phil Collins.
It's Phil Collins, yeah. So like I see the inspiration behind it. So at least credit to trying to come up with something similar, I guess.
Yeah. Number 7. Madagascar. I know
it would be a little higher.
You're gonna see some other names on here that I get. In retrospect, by looking at it, you would think a big name like Madagascar. It would be higher.
I mean, the cast list on here is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. But with other names, like it rubbed me a little bit to put it up a little higher. So I had to stick with it at 7. But I mean, just escape. That's the premise of this movie, right? It is to just escape the zoo and be our own shit. I mean, Chris Rock, David Schwimmer, Ben Stiller, Jada Pinkett Smith, like the 4 of them working together, phenomenal. And then of course you have, which I believe Tom McGrath, who played, it said Skipper and then something else. I don't know if he played the all the other penguins.
I did not know Sacha Baron Cohen played Julian, actually. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bob Saget's in it too.
Cedric the Entertainer. Cedric the Entertainer, who played Maurice.
Maurice?
Oh, King Julian!
No, that's Mort.
I know it's Mort. I know.
Say, yeah.
But I know that Julian always, Maurice, don't tell me. It's wonderful. Number 6. You might faintly remember this. You remember the characters, but you might faintly remember this movie and just how good it was. Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
I vaguely remember this, and that's actually when you made me realize that Chicken Run was DreamWorks. That also made me realize I wonder if Wallace and Gromit was DreamWorks as well. So this makes sense now. Okay.
It is a very similar animated style from the 2.
Yeah.
So let me pull up here, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. This film was done in 2005 was the release for this. So this is 5 years after like Chicken Run and all that. And the animation still stays the same.
It really does, yeah.
It's great. This is their film debut. They start as a pest control business. The duo soon lands a job from the alluring Lady Tonnington to stop a giant rabbit from destroying the town's crops.
I love that the cast is literally, it's Ralph Fiennes and Helena Bonham Carter.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, there's not many big names I think that people would know on this, but I always enjoyed Wallace and Gromit, like the actual show, whatever, as a kid. And I know that a lot of the memes that are brought up with Wallace and Gromit these days are hilarious. I don't know if I've ever sent you guys the video of the scene from Revenge of the Sith where Samuel L. Jackson and them storm the chancellor's office to have him arrested, and they have Wallace photoshopped in as Palpatine. And it's just like, why don't you come in? We were just about to have some cheese. It's like, no, you're arrested. Everybody knows I'm the Sith.
Oh my god.
I have to send that to you guys after this. It's absolutely hilarious.
That sounds so stupid, but it sounds great.
It's absolutely hilarious. It's worth I don't think it's that long, but it's worth every minute watching. Number 5. One of the more successful from DreamWorks, but not really, not in my eyes, to say the least, but it's still up there. Can't ignore it. Kung Fu Panda.
No, you can't ignore this. Like Kung Fu Panda, like I mean, I think it had a TV show as well. The cast list in this is incredible. Like fucking Jackie Chan plays a grasshopper, for God's sake. Like like come on. Like what more could you want?
Plus all the toys and merchandise kids had growing up.
Oh god, yeah. Like Jack Black made bank from this movie, and I think he was perfect as Poe too.
Oh, of course. I mean, this is just him in real life, essentially, just as a panda. I think they looked at that as like, who can we get that kind of acts like a panda in real life?
Jack Black.
We can get Jack Black. Jack Black, Jackie Chan, Dustin Hoffman, Seth Rogen, Angelina Jolie, Lucy Liu, James Hong. I mean, the list goes on and on. David Cross, like Ian McShane, Wayne Knight. Wayne Knight plays in this fucking movie as a boss, as a gang boss.
See, that's funny. Newman as a gang boss, I feel like, is very on point.
Oh, I didn't know that's who that was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wonderful. I mean, the whole premise is that, they're trying to find the next dragon master. And, this panda stumbles along and they're like, it must be him. They soon come to realize that he might not have all the qualities of one said dragon master, but trained in the right way, it can work out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing else more to say than this. The villain casting for this was perfect, with having just, the drive and determination. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour. All that put into play. But he just wants to challenge the next dragon master. And it turns out to be Poe. And he doesn't know how to handle it because he has a fighting style that's unique to any person he's ever faced.
As the dragon master should.
Exactly. Number 4. I said I own this on VHS from the beginning. It's one of my favorite DreamWorks films. Number 4, Chicken Run.
Chicken Run deserves to be here. It really does. It's definitely dark when you think about it in context.
Yeah, it's chicken genocide.
Yeah, like it's very dark when you think about it, but I do remember this when I was like 8 years old watching that on VHS. So like, I agree, this deserves its place.
Yeah. Hey, awesome. Miss Morgan Marie asked, so I can be a dragon master?
Everyone can be a dragon master.
Okay.
According to Kung Fu Panda, that is accurate.
It's good to know.
But not everybody can be a king. Learn your places. So I will say, the odd part about this film? Guess who plays Rocky?
Rocky was the rooster, right?
Correct, yes.
I'm trying to remember 2000 who was big back then. I have no idea.
Give us a hint.
Christian.
A Christian or
a Christian. Very predominant Christian.
What, Christian Slater?
No, okay, so
like, I'm not the name Christian or like
religion.
Oh, religion.
Tim Tebow.
Can Scientology count? Because I'll say Tom Cruise.
I'll put Scientology in there, but no, that's not it.
Right, who?
Mel Gibson.
What?
Mel Gibson played Rocky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's unexpected.
Really the only other, like, I recognize, like, Imelda Staunton, who played Bunty. I don't know if you see her picture and you would know.
Yeah, like those scrolling through the cast list right now, I don't recognize any. I don't recognize anyone other than Mel Gibson.
Steve Box was on a couple other movies here.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't recognize any.
Yeah,
names.
Mel Gibson's the only person I recognize.
I'm trying to what was it? Miranda Richards, who I believe played Mrs. Tweedy.
Yep.
Yeah, she's more probably. I mean, a lot of these people are more or less with voice acting than they were with actual playing in parts. But
Okay.
yeah,
that would make sense. Then, yeah.
Mel Gibson, because that threw me through a loop when I first found that out. Obviously, the plot of this is that the chickens have to escape the farm because they're being deprived of eggs. And once the eggs don't sell, they start making chicken pot pies. So they were like, okay, we're all going to die unless we get out of here. And what ends up happening, a rooster falls from the sky and lands. And now he has to try to teach them how to fly. But the crazy thing is, he actually doesn't know how to fly because he's a circus rooster.
Which I didn't know was a thing until I saw this movie, actually.
I didn't know either, but he got launched of a cannon, and then they create a giant bird and try to fly out of there. It is a wonderful, wonderful film, to say the least. Number 3, How to Train Your Dragon.
Yep. Deserves top 3 billing, absolutely.
Absolutely. The whole premise I loved of just, the land of mythology and craziness that goes along. Let's fucking throw dragons in there and let's have a land of people that's their purpose, is to kill dragons. But then they realize that training them and having them as pets probably isn't a bad idea either. And that's all thanks to Hiccup.
No. And also what was really cool, too, is with Hiccup with his disability as well.
Yeah.
It's not something that you see in a lot of movies like that, but adding that little caveat to a children's movie was a good look.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it just brings along the issue that these things can happen in movies and they deserve to be in them. So, number 2. I said this from the very beginning. This was probably, if not the best, if not for another one. But number 2 is The Prince of Egypt.
Okay. I don't hate it. I remember seeing this because this came out very early, like in 99, 2000 and stuff. So like I barely remember it. It was never something that like I was drawn to or anything like that.
Yeah, that's how Prince of Egypt and Sinbad. Like I remember them, but I don't remember.
Road El Dorado, I would put in there too. Like they're movies that I remember, but they're not ones that drew me in and stuff.
You're gonna shit yourself when I list this cast list because it's star-studded. Yeah. Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Ralph Fiennes.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Martin. Sandra Bullock.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, wow.
Monhole native, baby.
Helen Mirren. Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart, you say that right, you bastard.
Sorry. Danny Glover.
Okay.
James Avery.
Oh, R.I.P. Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
There's you get what I'm saying though? There's so much
short.
Yep.
Wow. Jeez, there's a ton of people in this one.
Talent in this film. Like, it's unbelievable how much talent's in this film. The film scored 80%. And essentially, it's just the retelling of the Book of Exodus and how amazing, that was in a feature film. You don't see a lot of biblical films, you don't see getting that much attention. But I think they had the right idea by making it kind of an animated format. Because not only did that, as soon as you put it in animated form, that draws kids in automatically.
Right. Yeah.
But also, who takes the kids to see these movies? The adults. And then the adults get a retelling of the story in a different format, and it all blends together in a perfect harmony.
Mm-hmm. And this kind of brings us back up to DreamWorks essentially doing Prince of Egypt. The way that you just laid it out, that's exactly what I think the lesson that they tried to put into the rest of their movies, because I have an idea, because I think it's pretty obvious what number 1 is. what you just basically said, what they were trying to go with DreamWorks is bringing kids in, but then also having the adult point of it. Like, number one speaks to both categories very easily when you think about it.
I would say so. I don't know what Miss Morgan is saying, ew, and I can't read that last one because it starred out too.
Laughing my ass off, yeah.
I think she's laughing at Tim Tebow comment.
No, that's probably right. So, and then obviously at number one, the film that put DreamWorks on the map. I almost said something else. Shrek.
I was gonna say that.
I wanted to say something else, but I did.
But like, to your point, like, this is exactly what like they tried to do with Prince of Egypt too. Like, they brought the kids in, but if you watch Shrek, like it's very adult. Like, if you really look at it through the context of it, like
Parfaits might be the best thing on the whole damn planet. As soon as I like watched that as a kid, I was like, whoa, this is supposed to be animated. What's going on here?
Exactly. Like, like rewatching Shrek as an adult, like, you kind of like realize, oh my God, there's so much stuff in here that's hilarious and is very like on point even as an adult.
But even so, the story of it is one of the best that probably has been ever written for its time. You know, the story of the prince and the princess, but told in a holy fucking dramatic turn that makes the story so much more interesting. Because what if it wasn't Prince Charming? You know, what if it wasn't?
What if?
And that's exactly. I think what I want to do right now is I feel like Vo, anytime a good ranking comes along, he's the guy on the giant head and tries to run away from it. Like, I want to help you. No, we're just here for He's like going in between the fucking
There's
line.
rarely any good rankings though.
Oh,
yeah, it's true.
Okay.
My favorite part about Shrek is like the end of the movies when they just have all the characters like singing karaoke just randomly.
And it's usually Smash Mouth.
Yeah, it's always
which makes
Smash
it better.
Mouth.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, Smash Mouth had 3 songs in this, I think.
Yeah, because they open with All Star, and I think they end with I'm a Believer. I'm a Believer, yeah.
And they also did Staying Alive, which is fucking Staying Alive. And Who Let the Dogs Out? Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, and then incorporating all the different like fairy tales into the forest and everything. Like, it was just a great movie.
The fucking Pinocchio. I'm a real life boy. Oh man, there's nothing else to say, guys. I mean, Shrek is the fucking best.
Yeah, I will say though, but I do think Fairy Godmother in the second one was
more of a villain.
More of a villain than
That's
Lord Farquaad, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards.
And you could maybe make an argument for her son, the guy Jude Law played, because he was in the second and third one too.
Yeah, I don't think he needed to be in the third one. I don't think he needed to be. They could have found someone else to play a villain.
How many? There's 4.
There's 4, yeah.
4, and then like little spin-off shows, Christmas specials,
yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are.
Do you know any other movies that he missed?
I personally think
you would want on.
I think Megamind deserves a spot on here. I think Will Ferrell, Brad Pitt, I'm trying to think who else. Jonah Hill, Tina Fey. Like, that's a funny cast right there for a movie like that.
Yeah, I get it. It was number 11.
And
I mean,
of course it was. Yeah.
I think Ants should be on there somewhere because that was just the first.
See, I get that, Vo. I do. It was the first DreamWorks film I think that actually came out.
Yeah.
I
remember like my grandma went and took my cousins, and like I didn't want to go, so they all went. They all enjoyed it, and I was like home, like, oh, I should have went. Like, I regret not going to see that in theaters.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to play outside.
That's true.
I don't know if I was afraid of the ants or something. I don't know. It just wasn't something I wanted to see.
Did you see Bug's Life or something, and you were like, oh, I don't want to see another, like...
I think I loved Bug's Life too much. I didn't want to...
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I didn't want to like, mess that up for me.
Austin, any other ones you consider, just out of curiosity?
I mean, you got to throw Monsters vs. Aliens in there. I think that did a good job. If you think about it in the more recent ones, the original Trolls probably did. I would say, I mean, we as adults kind of like, but like for a kid's picture, like stormed. Like there's still troll shit that are just out there, like specials.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
And, Shark Tales.
No, fuck that film. Fuck that film. That was such horse shit. The voice casting. I mean, yeah, you had
Will
what?
Smith's in that one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Will Smith. I can't think of who plays Lenny the Shark. Off the
I was
top of
gonna
my
say
head.
because I'm pretty sure Shark Tale came out like around the same time Finding Nemo came out. Yeah.
Yeah, and
it was 2004. It came out.
Yeah, and as
oh
soon
God.
as
Jack Black was in this one.
Martin
too.
Scorsese's in this. What?
Yeah. Because it was essentially like a gangster film, like the gangsters.
Angelina Jolie.
Christina Aguilera's in it. Like, jeez.
She plays Lola, I think, like the mob's like woman. I think so. But yeah, that everything was so fucking done wrong with that film. It was so unreal. I was like, why?
A year after Finding Nemo.
Okay.
So they tried to cash in on something that just flopped. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, I would say. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's a lot, actually. Abominable, the one about the snowman, like the abominable snowman was a cute one.
The Croods.
The Croods, Turbo.
No, fuck Turbo.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Fuck Turbo. That's one of the worst films ever made. I fucking hate that film.
I'm assuming Boss Baby isn't included in this one either.
Oh, fuck that fucking movie.
Home.
Oh, Home. I never saw Home. I never saw that one.
Watch that one.
But there's a lot. Obviously we can't go into
Baby.
I just said Boss Baby.
I was reading when you said
Boss
that.
Baby, Bo. Fuck that movie. It's so stupid.
You just mad you didn't pick him for your draft.
Absolutely the fuck not. But thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another star-studded episode with a star-studded cast that I like to call my own. Family that is here. Oracle Vo and Noble Knight Greg, along with the Rank King himself, Austin Moorhead. Stay tuned for next week's episode. We will have a different topic, possibly a guest. I need to get back on this guest train. How many people actually...
We got to think about a topic, too.
Don't tell us the day before, either.
No, I like when he does that. Keeps us on our toes.
That is true. I kind of enjoy not knowing what to expect until it's too late. It's like I don't know what I'm walking into.
There you go. But until then, thank you all for doing this, listening, keeping us going. Course PGH, Union Fitness, we love you guys as sponsors. Keep up the hype train with us. Until then, stay tuned as court is adjourned.